Welcome back to Bros Talk Supercars and welcome to Poland. We are here with the Polish castle behind me. I can't remember the name, but we did do a tour of it last night because Lexus have wined and dined us because we are in a new experience here. And the one thing behind me, is it a car or is it a van? We'll decide in a second once you've taken in all the information. Lexus say that they've invented a new class here. Lexus are calling this a luxury flagship mover with a first class cabin. They want their passengers to be physically and mentally relaxed when they leave their VIP seats. The interior of this vehicle is on a unique level and they want it to be like a home from home or a home office from home when you're traveling around making them important business decisions. Very clearly, when Lexus were wining and dining us and doing their product presentation, this is derived from a car. It is not a van. We'll let you decide that by the end of this, and designed from the inside out. I'm not too sure what that means. This is the Takumi grade Lexus LM. Let's take a look inside. Very, very nice. Umbrella straight away. You can't deny with Lexus, there's always a thought process like, oh my God, the brolly. Oh no, don't worry, the water will go into its own little hole. No stress there. Ignore all my bags. At least you can see there's lots of space. So as I said earlier, Lexus said this is designed inside out, and I do love that. The luxury in here is gorgeous. Everything smells obviously new, fresh, but everything is so nice to touch. It is just exceptional. It definitely feels more than a first class cabin, in my opinion. Not that I've even traveled first class, I'm always premium economy. Well, economy if I'm paying. If the business is paying, I'll take business class. I do have to say, being in here, it is actually that interior that if I was traveling around London or whatever city, I would want to take a photo, I would want to show it off, and that's a positive thing to start off with. Okay, we do have to talk about some annoying things, and the one thing that for me personally, being a bit OCD and a bit crazy is, there's not a lot of things that annoy me, but I've got to hit them straight away, so they're out of my brain, they're gone. This window actually doesn't close. Oh wait there, I'm clicking the wrong, oh my God, there's so many buttons here. But that is not even the problem. I like the amount of buttons, but what I don't like is that this window does not actually close fully. Like, that is so annoying in itself. Like, why doesn't it close fully? And then the other thing that's really annoying is the actual blind, which I have to show on the inside, doesn't touch the bottom. It leaves a gap, and that gap is, it's frustrating to say the least. There is also one other tiny little annoying thing for me personally, and it's this. When I go to here, say I don't really know what I'm doing and I'm a normal person, I just go to grab the hand here, but I'm grabbing the brolly, which is a bit frustrating. And the third, and honestly, this is probably the final little thing. Like, I'm here, I want to get out of the car. What do I do when I get out? I put my hand here, and as I do that, I actually knock that open. So every time I get out, I kind of go like that, and then it's kind of left open, and that's probably just a personal thing, but I'm sure if I've done it, definitely somebody else has done it. Okay, the things I love about this, and it is full with things I love. Within here, the lounge seats are such a VIP experience. They are so soft, they're so relaxed. The sound, it is so quiet, but not in an annoying way, like sometimes it feels like you're getting trapped and you feel a bit sick. Not in a sick experience, in a calming experience. You get enough feedback that you want to, but they have reduced that low frequency noise which does make you feel sick. The visibility everywhere is beautiful. There is a screen blocking in the middle, but you have the opportunity to open up so you can see forward. The windows on the side are massive. You've got these two like little sunroofs here which really open up that experience. And the space, like, I'm small, I'm 5'7", but I mean, I've got so much space in here. It's actually ridiculous. We have to talk about this 48-inch, yes, 48-inch screen. So this split screen, single screen and cinema screen, but here we've got the split right now. We have to talk about the smart panels here. So I've touched it, I swipe up. It's so interactive. So here I do love seats. Me personally, I am somebody who, oh no, we're gonna go on left. Comfort, I love a fan, I love to cool down, adjust the seats. One thing, they have got a climate concierge. So the concierge here has 5 options, and for example, I want to relax, I'll go in here, I'll press OK, then suddenly my seat, I'm moving right now. And then the massage, my legs coming up, guys, legs coming up, and I will start getting massaged in a second, which is about to start happening, which I do love the Climate Concierge, because it's a bit of fun, but actually I sat in here for an hour yesterday and it was more than fun. It actually bloody works. Now, Lexus class this as their personal butler for the client in the background, the person that wants what they want. They've now got their own butler, and it's a good butler because you don't feel like you're shouting at anybody. I like this butler. And well, if you can afford a butler, you would want your air purified. You don't want to be breathing the same air as somebody else. So they have Nano X technology, which cleans the air, purifies it, so it makes you live longer. This is making you live longer. Maybe you do need this now, car, van, I don't know. And one thing with all these new vehicles that's really annoying me, and I really appreciate this, I forgot how much I appreciate a real button. It's like, oh, heaven. And plus, closing that door then, I mean, if somebody did drive past and you saw that, you'd be a bit like, oh, they're doing well for themselves. Now let's talk about the driving experience. Now, Lexus, in my experience, from the LBX video that we did with Lexus in Milan, I love their concept. Tazuna concept. So everything is where it should be. Like the steering wheel's where like everything is where it should be. There's no confusing. The buttons actually are buttons. The touchscreen, the 14-inch display here is beautiful, but the buttons that I want to actually physically touch are still there. It's very clear. The power button's there, the drive, the stop, the window wipers, the temperature, indicators, the gear change, flappy paddle. It makes sense. They're not overcomplicating it. They're not confusing it. They're sticking to what works, and I like that. We do have to think, like, Lexus is synonymous with safety, and the one thing this car has got all the safety features, of course. It's got the safe exit, so it won't allow you to get out if you're going to hit a cyclist, whereas I seem to have picked the perfect spot. If I was going to try and hit a cyclist, this would be the spot. I'm like, what is it? Is there a triathlon going on around here? It's crazy. Plus it has proactive drive assist, which is speed, lane, and all that sort of stuff, so it keeps you out of trouble, but every car's got that now, I presume so. And Lexus, you do it again. E-latch doors, but with this obviously we do not have to worry about hitting a cyclist because it's let me out, so there's nothing there minus my little tripod. So we have to talk about this. It's price. This is starting from, but it does have everything on it, over 6 figures. I believe this behind me is £113,000. Yes, £113,000. I mean, it is going up against, in its mind, like, we'll talk about it, the V-Class. They sell towards 2,000 a year of them. But if you want a high-end one, you're gonna go to Brabus, you're gonna get it kitted out, you're gonna be 200, 250K plus. So realistically, this is a steal. I'm trying to sell myself that. If 50% off something is still 100 grand, it's still 100 grand. So this has been on sale since early July, and they've actually sold actual sales down 170 of these at that price, which it shows there is a gap in the market, and they want to sell, I believe, 250 in year 1 and 800 in year 2. I mean, that's a tall order, and they obviously feel like there's a gap in the market. And personally, I think if they're selling like just under 2,000 V-Classes a year, I think there is a gap in the market. The high net worth are getting richer, we all know it. They're going to start spending their money on something, and if there's more options out there, people are going to go for something a bit more unique. To be honest, if you're in London, you're going to get confused. Oh, S-Class, oh Jesus, which S-Class is it? There's like 100 of them. Which V-Class is it? There's another 100 of them. At least with this one, in grey, you know it's yours. I do have to say it, it's not a plug-in hybrid, but surely that is going to be in stage 2 straight away, because in London, you need to have a plug-in hybrid to park in the plug-in hybrid spots, because you're obviously plugging it in. You're not just parking there in a very good spot in central London. Nobody's ever done that before. Honest opinion on these, a bit too shiny for me, personally. I think you're supposed to be blending in if you're a high value person or a celebrity. They ain't blending in, not even close. And well, this grille looks better in black because you can't really see it, but when it's in this grey, it's a statement piece, it's bold. The spindle grille on Lexus is always going to be something, but wow, this is a big spindle. But I do love the lights. And for me, this line, I think the back of the Lexus actually looks sick. I think it's quite strong, it's quite imposing. I do like the rear window wiper is hidden, so you don't have to see it, because I hate seeing things like some little details, a little extra thought process that goes into it, which I think makes it a pretty killer car. Hey, I called it a car. It must be a car. I've been brainwashed by Lexus. They've wined and dined me. It's a car. This is one thing that I didn't kind of work out before, but this is actually really, really good here. Just having these buttons at the back of the car to close the boot. Because obviously it's quite a big boot. You don't want to hit anybody, you don't want to take anybody out. It's actually really handy and nifty. Again, real buttons, making it very simple. I mean, if I was the actual chauffeur, I wouldn't be complaining. Nobody's gonna be complaining driving this car. Again, car! I called it a car! And the 360 cameras are brilliant. Look, it's like our car's invisible on here. How crazy is that? It's actually recording where we're going, and I can see if there was a pothole underneath me or anything. Now that is genius. Genius, I tell you. Genius. I mean, what the hell? This could actually be one of the best buttons if you're one of them private people that just likes to, well, have your own space. Pretty sick. Oh, it's soundproof. That's what I can't hear you at all. It's actually fully soundproofed. So you've got your multimedia here, which is pretty good. Obviously, I'm being chauffeured right now. I do want to, maybe we could close the blinds at the side. I mean, there's a lot of window space there. I need to put my multimedia back. I have chosen to go into, what should I go into? On my concierge here, I'm going to go for Dream. So the Dream mode is being installed. Oh my God, the lights, everything's closing, everything's opening. Thank God I didn't knock the GoPro off then. Get my little table out because I need to do a little bit of dream work. I don't know. Slides around. It's pretty nifty here. I would love it to go a bit more to the right. It doesn't really move to the right. Lots of space in here, and also in here there's a little wireless charging part that you can fit in there, which is pretty darn nifty. I like it. I like it. But the one thing I have noticed is, as I said before, when I get out and knock this thing, it's already getting scratched, and this is like brand spanking new. Well, that looks like Rimowa. Good material. Do love it. Hardcore. It's a very nice place to be. Easily. How far does this actually go back? How far can we actually recline this? Are we like full on sofa bed or half sofa bed? Oh, no, we're still going. We're still going. What? Okay. That's pretty good. How do we get out of here now? Yo. I like it. Yeah, I could get used to being chauffeured around. Not a bad place to be. Let's open them blinds a bit more. I want to see Poland. This is good. This is very good. I kind of want them to be a bit more squidgy. Why are they not squidgy? Surely everybody wants that. The air is being sucked from my chair. Cooling seats, I mean. Let's watch some TV. It's that big, I can't even get to the camera. Okay, so we've got to do a roundup of this trip. Honestly, Lexus killed it. Location, view, epic. Krakow, awesome. Castle, still can't remember the name, but loved it. Okay, the Lexus LM, it is definitely designed from the inside out. As they said, being the passenger, you can only experience what it is telling you from being chauffeured around. Driving is nice, yeah, you're not driving a van. It definitely feels like a car, 100% for me personally driving it, which is a positive thing. There are one or two little things, like in the back, you kind of need the Apple CarPlay within that big screen. Once we got it working, that's a bit of an annoying one. The window only comes down halfway, it's a personal snag for me. And the rear view, well, the rear glass, actually having that, you kind of want your privacy there as well if you haven't all the blinds come down. But other than that, like being really pernickety, like I think it's brilliant, it's awesome. I think it will do really well considering the class that it's going against and the competitive market. Because like when we were younger, we had R-classes from Mercedes, and then R-classes are that 6-seat configuration, then 7-seat, and that would be because Dad would refuse to buy a van, but he would purchase something that had that kind of comfort, luxury, and that capability to be a little bit more. So I think, yeah, I think it's awesome. Can't wait to see them in London. Honestly, thank you so much for watching the video today. I'm currently editing the video that you are watching. Crazy, I know, but I'm in the back here. I'm understanding the purpose of this business. But I want to give you the fact of the day, the fact of the video. This is a big fact. So the cost of HS2 is roughly, they're saying about 100 billion. be. So I was thinking, as a businessman sat in the back here, if the government gave 613,496 people a Lexus LM at the cost of £113,000 with a driver, giving them an annual salary of £50,000, I'd be happy with that for driving around. No fuel, of course. That's 613,000 people, £496 that would have a private chauffeur for a year in a Lexus LM. That'll be some happy people. That's better money spent, isn't it, surely? And you'd get it overnight. Well, Lexus would have to work a bit harder. Back to the video. Don't know if it's a fact, more political, but I'm going to do some more editing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Have a great day.
This video is powered by Food Heaven. It's all plant-based foods. Go try it out.